Welcome to Women Wednesday. Here at Specialists in Communications, we love collaboration stories. This week, we introduce you to Canberra's wedding wonder women, Tracy Hebden and Janine Yokom. These two enterprising Canberra women have united to provide weekly bespoke wedding services in a new business aptly named Canberra Weekly Weddings. Tracy is an award-winning photographer and owns Tracy Lee Photography. Janine is an experienced local marriage celebrant. This innovative new service is a one-stop wedding shop for those seeking a smaller and more cost-effective marriage celebration. The concept for the business was born from a coffee catch-up. Janine says upon chatting, they realised their respective skills could cater to a niche market.
I started off about nearly 4 years ago getting my celebrancy ticket, so to speak, and I've been doing that for a few years now. But then I started to realise that not everybody wanted a really big wedding. Some people can't afford a big wedding. Some people don't have their family here, so they don't get to have the big flash wedding, but they still wanted to have something meaningful and beautiful. So we thought that it'd be an opportunity to try and find a way for people in that predicament to get married in the week. And that way we could get some discounts off vendors and things like that to be able to have a beautiful dinner and be married in that spot. Or we could use a local park and then you can go out for dinner. But the whole idea behind this was that I've got young children myself and I've married two of them, and it's all about the cost and impact it has to a family, and also the fact that people just didn't want to spend their house deposit on a wedding. So it was more around having an opportunity to cut back on a few bits and pieces but still have the beautiful, meaningful wedding and still have those people that are nearest and dearest around you.
Tracy says that many are starting to rethink what the wedding day looks like, and they wanted to provide Canberrans with a new alternative.
I find my clients fall into a couple of different categories, and one of them is the ones who want the 7 hours to 9 hours. They want every detail. They want the fairy tale storybook at the end with the wedding album and everything else, and that's fabulous, and they're one of my favourite things to shoot. But then Canberra Weekly Weddings came about simply for, exactly those people who they're either second marriages or they don't like to be the centre of attention. They want their money to go into something a lot more meaningful, whether it's a party for their friends or saving for their house deposit, and they don't want the big grandeur of a much bigger wedding and being the centre of attention. So we find we get young couples who are saving for their house deposits, or the shyer people who just really want something really meaningful with just a couple of their friends and family. And we get second weddings as well, who they've already done the big wedding and they don't want that again. And then the people who simply want to elope, they want to keep it really private, personal and intimate, and they just want the two of them to the point where I could actually be one of the witnesses. And we do have a couple of inquiries around those elopements, and elopements are gaining popularity as well for the money factor, for the fact that they can have it anywhere and it can be really private and intimate.
Janine and Tracy love what they do and particularly enjoy the honour of sharing in a couple's wedding day. Becoming a wedding celebrant has brought Janine a great deal of joy.
I just think it's the best thing in the world to marry people. I think it's one of the very old rituals that we as humans still utilise. There's a lot of things gone by the board as time goes by, but marriage is something that we still are very steadfast in. It goes through a little wave every now and then as to whether people do get married or not, but it just seems to be something now that everybody is really holding on to. And seeing two people that absolutely love each other on their very special day, joining them in marriage is just the ultimate.
Created well ahead of the COVID curve, the Weekly Weddings initiative came right on time, particularly given the global pandemic and number restrictions on large gatherings. Tracy says interest is growing in the weekly wedding concept.
Initially, we just kind of bumbled around and played with the website and things like that. We've only just recently probably really started putting it out there on Instagram and Canberra Weddings and things like that, and our social media channels. And what we found, actually within 15 minutes last week, when I put up a couple of quickly Canva-made social media icons about 1 hour packages, is I had an email in the inbox already asking for someone, and it was from a younger couple who had to postpone because of COVID from earlier the year, and so they had changed their wedding to a more intimate wedding with about 20 people, and they just wanted something really simple. And because we offer a simple 1 hour one-off package where you get a celebrant and a photographer, and it's really simple. We have a meeting and we sort it all out at that meeting. They got in contact with us, and we also had a venue contact us to say the next day to say, yep, we've got a small wedding packages because of everybody who's having to transform their businesses. And so there is a lot of interest. It's totally gaining, and a lot more now with COVID as well, and postponements.
Through Canberra Weekly Weddings, Tracy and Janine provide heartfelt ceremonies for up to 40 guests. But it doesn't stop there. While you get an experienced celebrant and an award-winning photographer to cover your wedding, the savvy business leaders have teamed up with other vendors to supply a range of food, drink and function options.
All of our vendors that we've spoken to, they're up on our website, have offered a little bit of an extra treat for Canberra Weekly Wedding clients. So it might just be some cocktails on arrival, or a special package they've specifically put together to suit a small wedding. And we've got, so the craft beer and pizza venue, we have got Pielago Estate has come on board with us, with people who love foodies and wine, and olive groves. Then we've got a great relaxed winery out, Contentious Character Winery out at Womboyne, for those people who like the vineyard look. Talgorong Homestead has actually come on board with us too, and they're a wonderful historic homestead for people who like that. And we've also got people who do some amazing wedding cakes and some grazing platters, as well as a cupcake lady and things like that. So we've teamed up with people, so it makes it much easier. We're kind of a one-stop shop for people who might want to book us in. So they've got their photography dealt with and their ceremony covered with Janine, the celebrant, and then they can contact one of our vendors who will put a package together for them.
And in a unique twist, Janine has a much-loved four-wheel friend who can even escort you to your wedding. She's green and she's a combi.
Her name is Lilo, and Lilo is the fifth element. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie with Bruce Willis. It's called, and she's the fifth element. And I feel that in our particular business, there's Tracy, myself, the bride and the groom, and then there's Lilo. She's the fifth element. She's the beautiful piece that brings us all together. She's super cool. She's very original. But, you know, I can even pick the couples up and take them to wherever, and then they can find their own way from there. But I love to be able to pick them up. It just makes it more intimate.
Canberra Weekly Weddings is an innovative asset to the wedding market in Canberra. These ladies are helping Canberrans make beautiful memories in a hassle-free and cost-effective environment. For more information, visit the website canberraweeklyweddings.com.au. We congratulate Tracy and Janine on their Canberra Weekly Weddings venture and thank them for being our Women Wednesday feature.